welcome to Nile TV's Your Say. Your Say is a show dedicated to give way to your say on current events. Our show documents events, sheds light on the perspectives of international figures on them, and give the regular person, wherever they are, a platform to speak their opinion. Today on Your Say, we'll be tackling the latest developments that took place here in Egypt. President Mohamed Morsi appointed 9 new ministers in a cabinet reshuffle. Prime Minister Hisham Qandil had said last week that the reshuffle would comprise 11 new ministers, but his spokesperson said he later agreed with the president to limit the reshuffle to only ministers. Ahmed Mohammed Amr Darrag headed the International Cooperation Ministry, is a senior member of the Freedom and Justice Party. He obtained a PhD in geotechnical engineering from the US in 1987. He has more than 25 years of experience in the field of international engineering consultancy. Fayyad Abdel Monaim was appointed the Ministry of Finance. He is an Islamic finance expert. He obtained a PhD in economy from Al-Azhar University and a counselor in a number of Egyptian and Islamic financial institutions. The investment ministry went to Yahya Hamid, 35-year-old, a member of the Freedom and Justice Party. He was the president's counselor for projects and played a role in boosting foreign investments, especially during the president's visit to China, India, and Sudan. Minister of Petroleum Sharif Hassan Ramadan is a 60-year-old person. Ahmed Mohammed Sulaiman became Minister of Justice, replacing Councillor Ahmed Mekki. He was Assistant Minister for Justice for Judicial Studies. Hatem Bagato took the Parliamentary Affairs portfolio. The Ministry of Petroleum went to Sharif Hassan Ramadan Haddara. Ahmed Isa became Minister of Antiquities and Ahmed Mahmoud Ali El-Gizawi became Minister of Agriculture. The Culture Ministry went to Ala Abdelaziz Abdel Fattah. President Mohamed Morsi was on a trip to Brazil from the 7th to the 9th of May, aimed at opening up to the world's fastest growing economies. During the 3-day visit, the first by an Egyptian head of state to Brazil, the president held talks with Brazil's President Dilma Rousseff and a number of senior officials over means of boosting the bilateral relations. Increasing trade exchange and attracting investments were high on the agenda of the talks. During the visit, President Morsi also met with the Brazilian business community and a group from the Egyptian community in Brazil. On the eve of his visit to Brazil, President Morsi said the visit comes within the framework of strengthening ties with members of the BRICS bloc. Brazil is the latest country in the BRICS bloc to be visited by the president after he visited Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The president said the visit aimed at reviewing Brazil's experiments in the field of fighting poverty, eliminating slums, and achieving economic and social development. He also said the visit aims at reviewing Brazil's experiment in boosting social participation in all fields and preparing indicators to measure the level of progressive development and spreading environmental awareness and offering medical service in villages. Pope Tawadros II, Pope of Alexandria and the Patriarch of the St. Mark Cathedral, had an Easter Mass at St. Mark's Cathedral in Cairo's Abbasiyya district. Earlier, President Mohamed Morsi sent a message of congratulations to Pope Tawadros on the holy occasion, expressing his wishes to all Egyptian Copts to always enjoy prosperity and welfare. The head of state also extended his congratulations to Pope Tawadros during a phone call beforehand. Morsi held similar calls with the prominent Christian figures, topping the list Father Ibrahim Ishaq, Patriarch of the Catholic Church, and Pastor Safwat El-Bayadi, head of the Evangelical Church in Egypt. On behalf of the President, Minister of Housing Tariq Wafi attended the Mass as the Minister of Higher Education. Mustafa Musad represented the cabinet. Pope Tawadros II received a number of public figures, topping them Egyptian Prime Minister Hisham Qandil. This was the first time Pope Tawadros had Easter Mass since his inauguration in November 2012. A court in Ismailia continues hearing in a case over the prisoner's escape from Wadi al-Natun prison during the January 25th Revolution 2011. The court listened to the account of the head of the information department in the prison administration authority and other prison officials over the incident. The defense panel has requested summoning the current intelligence head to hear his statement on the incident. Foreign Minister Mohammed Kamel Amr attended a ministerial meeting of the follow-up committee of the Arab Peace Initiative, which was attended by U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry in Washington. The Arab League delegation, also headed by Qatari Prime Minister Hamid bin Jassim, attended the conference. The two sides also discussed the latest developments in the Arab Initiative and the efforts exerted by Kerry to push forward peace talks between the Palestinians and the Israelis. Head of the Cairo Supplies Administration announced that around 93% of bakeries in Cairo governorates have joined the new bread system. He said groups of inspectors and civil society members have been formed to inspect each bakery to make sure that they abide by the quality and quantity and weight regulations agreed upon. As for gas cylinders, he said an agreement has been reached with Cairo governor that warehouses be supplied with the cylinders at a cost of £6 per unit and be delivered to consumers at a final price of £10. The Cairo Appeal Court rejected an appeal by former President Hosni Mubarak against keeping him in detention in case implicating him in illicit gain. The Illicit Gain Authority last Wednesday ordered the renewal of Mubarak's detention for 15 days, pending investigation on accusation of using his top post to make illegal gains. The Egyptian government signed an investment agreement with the Chinese TEDA Corporation on April the 27th to develop part of a joint industrial zone near the Suez Canal. Egypt Economic Authority and TEDA, a Chinese investment holding company, signed a 45-year contract under which investment projects will be established in an area of 6 square kilometers in the industrial zone. The signing ceremony was attended by Egyptian Prime Minister Hisham Qandil, Investment Minister Osama Saleh, the former Investment Minister, Chinese Ambassador to Egypt Song Aigu, as well as other Egyptian and Chinese officials. TEDA aims to invest $500 million in the area and bring in $2 billion returns in the near future, according to the official of the corporation. The project was set to draw investment of $2 billion from nearly 180 companies, providing more than 40,000 jobs. Hisham Qandil said they are making an integrated project through international companies in order to show comprehensive development plans that concern not only industrial zone but also logistical services. Qandil said the project also integrated tourism development area, including ports, industrial zones and residential areas. In every sense of the word, it is a new dream that provides hundreds of thousands of direct jobs as well as millions of indirect jobs for Egyptians. He said that these investments show the real picture of Egypt. For his part, the Chinese ambassador said China would like to continue cooperation with Egypt on the basis of equality and mutual benefit, adding that Beijing is interested to share experience of development with Egypt, while considering the investment as a major part of the trade cooperation between the two sides. Earlier last week, Hisham Qandil visited the China-Egypt-Suez Economic and Trade Cooperation Zone, led the foundation stone of a medium-sized enterprise, and inaugurated the Economic Zone's Investor Service Center, which cost $20 million from the Chinese side.